Well, good. And, I kind of want to talk about some of the Washington stuff through the lens where you're coming from, because we both went to school in Boston. We both went on to Wall Street. I know the world of finance. I don't know anything about DC, the politics, the power games, or whatever. And I think it would be really interesting to get your perspective on it, because like you said, you still had a job. You had things you can do, which is different than a lot of people in that town, which are career politicians, right?
Well, yeah. So, I'll start out by saying that. That was my original observation. They do a bone scan of you. They look at you. It's probably true here in Westminster. They look at you. They say bought or can't be bought. And they make that analog decision very quickly. And if they think that you can't be bought, you have your own business, you're self-made, then they shoot to kill, because they like people that can be bought. Because Washington is not a swamp. It's a gold-plated hot tub without a drain. And so what they do is they look at you, say, okay, that guy's willing to play the game with me. They'll give you 2 bottles of Cristal, a Cubano, and you can sit in the hot tub with them and do all of their nonsense that's led to a $23 trillion deficit and, rank income inequality throughout the society and all the nonsense that they do in Washington. But if they think that you can't be bought, they will shoot to kill, and they will keep hammering until they eject you from their system.
So everybody's on the take
it's literally one of the worst places on earth. I told my Wall Street friends, I want you to imagine the worst person that you've ever met on Wall Street. That is the Eagle Scout in Washington. Okay, that is the vicar of morality in Washington.
That's hard to believe because...
Yeah, because you've met terrible people on Wall Street.
I saw nasty stuff happen on the trading floor.
Yeah, but they in Wall Street, they come at you from the front.
True.
In Washington, they'll shoot from every different direction. And there's a difference between Wall Street and Washington. It's an American expression, but it's apropos to England. In Wall Street, there's a green team. There's a money team. So you and I, we could be adversaries on Wall Street, but we're both going for the same goal, to make money for each other. So therefore, it's very clarifying what our interests are and how we can transact. There's no green team in Washington. So somebody may want to sit closer to the president. Another person may want this job. Another person may have a personal vendetta, and they don't care about anything. But there's a fever that's infected the Potomac now, where it's basically about self-interest and self-preservation, and there's a lack of principles and a lack of principle standing in that, in D.C. And by the way, people say, oh, he's probably saying that because he's a sourpuss because he got fired. Could care less. I got fired. I took it like a man. I dusted myself off, and I went back to work. And I also supported the president for 2 years after I was fired. So you can't say I was a disgruntled employee.
Right.
Right. But look, whatever. It's a terrible place. You are better served by not serving in Washington, because it's just, we don't know each other, but just looking at you and the way you run your organization, you would hate it.
Rules I'm not used to, basically.
Rules that you're not used to. You wouldn't want to do the ruthless backstabbing, amoral nonsense to ascend. You would want to be in a more meritocratic or merit-based system. You wouldn't want to be in a system like that. A patronage-based system is not for self-starters and people that start their own businesses.